All right, so you want to know what is required to get your real estate license in Florida. I'll make this video very quick right after our video intro.
Hi guys, welcome to Martez Kelly's real estate channel. This is Martez Kelly, and welcome to the channel.
What's good, family? I'm Martez Kelly, and I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today's video. You are on video number 3 of our playlist, so I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. But today we're actually going to speak on the requirements for getting your Florida real estate license. If you are just picking this video up and you haven't watched the 2 videos before, stop where you are right now. Go to my channel, go to my playlist, and look up how to get your Florida real estate license or steps to get your Florida real estate license. I'm actually building out a playlist of 9 videos, where we actually touch on the exact steps. I walk you guys through the entire process of getting your Florida real estate license. But let's go ahead and jump into the requirements. Exactly what's required to get your Florida real estate license. Before that, smash the like button on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on the notification bell. But let's get into our content layout. In today's video, obviously, I want to touch on what is required. Then I also go through the exact steps. Like if I was to start over and get my real estate license all over again, this is the exact process, the exact way, the exact steps that I would take to get it and make everything more effective and more efficient. So here are the requirements. Requirement number 1, you have to be at least 18 years old. That may be different in other states, but I'm speaking more specifically to Florida because that's where I have my license. The next thing you guys have to have is your high school diploma or something equivalent or something similar to it, like a GED or something else, whatever that something else is. The third thing is you must have a United States social security number, and most Americans were actually born with one, but if you're not American, you actually, or if you're not born in the States, whatever it is, you have to actually apply and get a Florida or United States social security number. The fourth thing is you actually have to pass a background check. This is actually where you go do your fingerprints. And we'll go through, like I said, we'll go through everything. I answered the majority of you guys' questions. If you have some more questions, drop them in the comment section down below, and I'll find a way to squeeze them into these different categories. I get reached out to by a lot of people who actually talk about charges that they've had, and they actually ask me if I have a felony, would I be able to get my real estate license? To be honest with you guys, on your application, what you want to do is be completely honest. Tell them every possible thing. That's not a guarantee that you will get your Florida real estate license or you'll be approved to get your Florida real estate license, but I would assume that the more that you tell, the better. If I'm not mistaken, you actually go through a process where you actually can tell them what it is, and they'll determine if they feel like if you have learned from your mistake, whatever it is on your application, which is the next requirement, make sure you're completely honest. So like I said, that next requirement is actually filling out the state application. It's something that you have to do. And then after that, you have to pass or have to have 63 hours of education in your 63-hour pre-license course. And after that, the next, or I think this is the 7th or 8th requirement, you actually have to pass the state exam. And this is tough. The Florida state exam is actually has a 50% pass rate. So I'm gonna go through exactly how I passed the exam. I also have a video that I've done before, but I'm gonna give you guys more up-to-date information, more up-to-date resources, and also bring in, like I said, some different stories from other agents, what helped them, what helped me, and we'll go into that more specifically. But now let's touch on what is the steps. How would I, if I was to do this whole process over, how exactly would I make this happen? So this is the exact order that I would go into if I was to get my license all over. First, I would turn 18. So there's nothing you can do about that. It takes 18 years to be 18 years old. Just wait until you're 18. The next thing is I would actually get a high school diploma or something of its that's equal to it. So if you just turned 18 and you're about to graduate in 2 months, graduate from high school in 2 months, just wait until you graduate high school. And if you are older and you never graduated from high school, go through the process, do what's needed to get your GED or get something that's equal to a high school diploma. After that, I would actually get a United States social security number. So, like I said, for most of us, the first 3 steps are pretty easy. You've already graduated from high school. You've already turned 18. You already have a social security number. Those 3 are pretty easy. After that, this is something that I think is different from what everybody else says. I would actually apply for my license first. Reason why is because let's say something happened and they say, you know what, you can't get your Florida real estate license, but you've already paid for the exam, you paid for all the courses that I recommend to help you pass the first time, you bought all the resources and stuff, you did all that for no reason. They said that you can't get your license. So this is why I feel like this is important. And not only just that, you're actually waiting for an approval. Once they get your fingerprints back, they've done the background check on you. You actually need the approval before you can actually set your test date. And once you hear everything that I say, it'll all make sense. So you've applied for your license. The next thing I recommend is you schedule for your fingerprint. So this is one of the things that, since I got my license a full year ago, that I actually forgot about. But once you apply for your license, they actually give you the ability to schedule your fingerprints. So it's not someone's going to reach out and say, hey, here's a date for you to go get your fingerprints. No, you pick a place that's closest to you, that's approved by the state, and that it can also knock you out real quick. So you get that done and you actually schedule the time that you want to go. So you go ahead and apply, you go ahead and do your fingerprints. After that, you've got your fingerprints started. Say you got the approval back saying, hey, yeah, you can get your real estate license. Go ahead and purchase your 63-hour course. I use Real Estate Express. There's a link in the description box down below, but I highly recommend you guys look at other options like Aceable Agent. I actually have a 40% off discount code that'll be linked in the description box as well. Just use my promo code Martez40, and in the state of Florida you will get 40% off of their amount. And if you're watching this and you're from another state, you do get a certain percentage off, but it's not 40%. I'm still working on that. During the course, what I would do if I was taking this and doing this all over again, during the course, near the end, let's say I'm about 50 hours or 60 hours left, and it's like, hey, I got 3 hours left. What I want to do is go ahead and schedule my state exam. What I would do is make sure you schedule your state exam with enough time out that you have to study. That is extremely important. You don't want to get right out of the 63-hour course and go right into the test. Reason being is because you only have 3 chances to take the state exam. After you fail it for the 3rd time, you actually have to take this 63-hour course all over again. So that means you're paying for the 63-hour course all over again. So what I would do, nearing the end of my 63-hour course, yeah, you got to take a test for that as well. You got to pass it. Once you pass, you say, okay, we're good. My test is actually scheduled a month from now, so I have a month to actually study material for the state exam, review all of the material that I use in my 63-hour course exam, go through all of those steps all over again, just to make sure within that 30-day time that you know exactly what to do to pass the exam the first time. And obviously, once you pass the exam, only things that are left to do is actually finding a broker. And we're actually going to touch on all of this in the later videos. We're going to touch on this entire process in later videos. Pick a broker, pick the one that's right for you, and then also deciding if you want to join the local association of realtors. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a video on things to do once all of this playlist is over, like setting up the right habits, deciding what you want to do, what area you want to be in. Do you want to stay residential? Do you want to go commercial? We'll go all of that after this playlist is over. But hey, that is the end. That is the end of this video. The requirements to get your Florida real estate license, pretty smooth, pretty easy. That's just exactly what it is. But it's not much more for me to say. I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Continue to tune in. Like I said, this is a playlist, so make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so you know when we drop the video. You have to know when we drop the video. Watch this playlist from start to finish, and then by the end of this playlist, you'll actually have your Florida real estate license. It's that smooth. It's that simple. But click right here to subscribe, and click right here to watch our next video.